The president is also expected to sign an executive order on pricing shortly. We've got those details with Yahoo Finance senior reporter Anjalee Khemlani here. Anjalee, we're waiting for comments around what this drug pricing and the details around that would look like from the executive order. What is the best assessment that you're hearing across Wall Street right now?
Yeah, I would say that analysts are pretty wary about the implementation of this, and questions are still swirling about whether or not this is going to have the impact that the administration wants. We have had some insight into what is going to be in this executive order. White House officials did talk to reporters earlier today, and I have some of that for you. Take a look at what we've got. We know that last night President Trump did post on Truth Social about what is expected, lowering prices up to 80%. But what we do know is that this executive order is going to have sort of a multi-pronged approach. First of all, employing USTR and Commerce Department to take a look at what is happening overseas and ensure that the U.S. companies are being protected against what they called, quote unquote, discriminatory practices from countries that are negotiating those lower prices. Then they've also got the Department of Justice and FTC looking at anti-competitive practice, either here or abroad, looking at where they can look at M&A deals, scrutinize how these companies are doing business and whether they themselves are responsible for those high prices and what other levers here in the U.S. are doing that. Meanwhile, the FDA would be charged with expanding importation from abroad. We already know that that is in place for Canada. That is from Trump's last administration move. And he's looking at expanding that to other countries as well to gain access to those lower prices. In addition, the Health and Human Services Department would negotiate with the companies those lower market prices, matching the most favored nation. And if you recall, most favored nation being that one or those countries that have the lowest prices for any one drug. That does include GLP-1s. We know that's going to be part of the target. In addition, the question about whether or not this would then erase that pressure of pharma tariffs does not go away. It looks like the administration is still focused on that investigation into national security and whether or not essential medicines need to be onshored and more focus needs to be put on the supply chain being onshored back here in the U.S. I did also ask about, what the thought process is here. And we heard from those officials saying that what they're looking at is, quote unquote, fixing the market and market forces. So that seems to be the main focus. They did talk a little bit about rulemaking, so that would include bringing in Congress. There does seem to be very little appetite on the Hill for anything to do with this, Republicans included. And the industry has been largely quiet till now, but they have been pushing back against this, and it looks like this could be sort of the next battle legally in courts and also policy-wise.